I'm so excited to be here with you today, and I am using this new service called Restream, streaming to uh, three different places at the same time. So within the Shine Your Brilliance group, my Break Free to Authority Impact page, and also on YouTube. So I'm really excited to see how this works out. Um, I do have the other page open, but I love to hear from you as we share today. Make sure to communicate with me during the chat. I wanted to talk to you about, or this month rather, I wanted to talk to you about how to harness the New Year's energy. It's one of the most amazing energies that we can really harness. And for those of you who don't know me, I am Seema Giri, book writing mentor and publisher. I help bring your message and your voice out into the world in the forms of a best-selling book. So I'm happy to connect with you here again. And if you're watching this on replay, be sure to comment and back on what I'm sharing today. So if you see my presentation, please let me know in the chat that you see it. So today, I really want to set the mood and momentum for the month. And as I can't really see too well here. Okay, I hope you can see it now. Okay, so don't miss the opportunity with the yesterday mind. This is from one of my favorite transformational coaches, Lisa Nichols. You really want to make sure that it's the new year, come with a new mindset and a great deal of optimism. This time of the year I love because everyone has a lot of hope. It's a lot of positive energy. Everyone's starting the new year with hope and excitement, and just as if things are magically go. Sometimes things can magically change. You never know. We know it's thoughts create our reality. So if you think that this month or this year is going to be magical, it will be magical. It's all about what you're bringing to the table and what you're thinking about. So this week, I want to talk to you about theme, right? And theme is an acronym for time, health, energy, mindset, and emotion. These are the 5 things that really impact our lives. So today we're going to talk about time. And before we talk about time, it's important to take an assessment of where you are today, right? So you want to do a quick reflection. I talked about this in my podcast that I did the last week of December. You want to do a quick reflection of 2022. And what you want to look at is, what are the things that worked really well for you? What was your achievements? And how did you achieve it? What was your mindset like? What helped you to achieve your greatest results in 2022? It's so important to identify that, because that way you can take all that information and apply it in 2020. It's also important to see what didn't work. Sometimes we add on goals because it seems like it's going to be a good thing, or sometimes it's unrealistic, or sometimes we just put on too much and it didn't happen. So whatever the reason may be, why goals that you had set out to, and bring that out into 2023. Maybe it was something that you didn't want to do, you didn't like, or you found out you didn't like. And that's good. This is good to know because then you don't have to include that in 2023. So if you haven't done the reflections yet, I encourage you to do that today. I'm also going to look at my notes here. Okay. Because it's really great to have this year. Having clarity will really help you make sure that you're in alignment with what you want to do and do those activities that you need to get them done. Be intentional. It is so important to be very, very intentional. If you look at your last year's goal and the goals that you did not achieve, it was probably because you weren't very intentional about it. Right? It's very important to be very intentional with your time. Today we're talking about time. So be intentional with your time. Time is one thing that once you lose it, you cannot get back. So you need to safeguard it like you would safeguard your very important family member or the very important person in your life. That's the best way that I can say is to safeguard it because sometimes we do more for others than we do for ourselves. But your time is one thing that once spent, you will never ever get it back. So this year, be very intentional with your time. If it helps, time as your biggest currency, like money. And see where are you spending it? Where are you spending it wisely? Where have you spent it unwisely, frivolously, and take your power back from that. Stop doing the things that did not give you the joy, that did not produce result. And result isn't always in terms of in your business, right? Did you enjoy it? Did you have fun? Did it give you time to rest and relax? Were you rejuvenated from that activity? So it needs to fall into one of those categories. More of what felt good and do more of what excited you in your life and in business. And if you're an entrepreneur, then those kind of your life and your business is one big thing, it's intertwined. But it's also good to have boundaries between the two. So then you can be successful in both areas because you do need a break from business and you do need a break from people in your lives as well. And you do need a break from everything where you can be by yourself and spend time alone so you can reflect, pull in your power, recharge so you can be fully present in all the areas that you need to be present with. And if you're the kind of person that's saying always busy, I'm always busy, I'm so busy all the time that you're not able to do some key things that you really want to with family, friends, or even in business, really look at what are you doing? Are you being productive during that time? Are you getting things done? Or does it seem like you have a lot of things on your calendar, but you're not getting things done, right? I used to have those kind of activities too. I was always creating things. I was always researching something. I was always, you know, um, planning and researching, but not execution. Right? Some of the busyness was that I was watching TV. I was spending a lot more time on watching TVs and shows. So if you have some shows, be intentional about that time and really fully enjoy it and embrace it about other things, right? So really look at, are you really busy being intentional and getting things done, or is it just busy work, right? And that's different for everyone. So identify those things in your schedule. One more thing that I wanted to add over here is when you're calendaring, this is the time that most of us are filling in our calendar for the entire year. You know all the holidays already that are coming up. Calendar your time now. Block those times off. Block off the time that are yours anniversaries, special birthdays, special days for you, specifically for you and your family, that you always feel that you don't have time for. So block it off now. This way, when you're for business and other priorities, you're not going to be scheduling during those times because you already have it blocked off. Some of you already know that you're doing events during the year. So you have that time blocked off. Block off time a day before and 3 days after your. The 2 3 days can be for following up with people from your event, sending out important emails, wrapping up the whole event, plus add another day for you for resting. Just resting and relaxing, because running events is not easy and you need time to recuperate. It's very difficult to go from one thing to the next, especially after if you're doing a 2 3 day event. So the number of days you need to block off would depend on how big your event is, how many days it is. Is it a virtual one? Is it a live one? Those require different energy, require different post-event activities, and a different level of relaxing too. So block off those times now. One thing that really helped me, beginning of last year, which I take right off towards, was having a specific day for each activity rather than trying to do everything in one day. So I would be doing bits and pieces of everything every single day and did not get much done. So what I mean is, like, for like Monday, start acting and thinking that you are the CEO of your business. Okay? It really makes a difference when you start thinking of yourself as that. You are leadership. Start thinking of yourself as a CEO of your business. And as a CEO, what are the activities that you need to do as yourself for your business team members? So have a day of strategy. Have a day or a couple of hours of strategy. Have one day. So in the strategy section, you're just looking at your business overall. Where are you generating your revenue? How are you executing? Are you and your plan executing you and your team executing the plan? How are those things working out? Where do you need to tweak it? So every week you're being very intentional. So you're sticking with the plan and doing course correction. So Tuesdays could be, have a day with the clients or networking, meeting new people. Do some revenue generating activities, income producing activities, beginning of the week. So then you have the rest of the week to follow up, and more of operational kind of things towards the end of the week, where you've already got the momentum set up and you're doing some follow-ups, setting up tweaks, meeting with your existing clients, helping them with in the areas that you're supporting them in. So if you have one specific day, everything is getting done. Don't forget to include your day of where you're doing PR visibility activities. Who do you need to reach out to? You need to do the marketing activities on a regular basis. And what are the things that only you can do? Looking for speaking opportunities, looking for how to leverage your the publications that you already have, the speaking opportunities that you already had, right? So have a day for that. Have a day or an hour, 2 hours, couple of hours every day. So depending on how big your business is, you would either need to set a day hours for those activities. So mark them down now and then execute on that. So in my project management days, in my project management workshops, those leadership workshops, let's talk about Pareto's 80-20 law. Pareto was an Italian guy in environment to see how much of the wealth, who obtained the most amount of wealth in the country. And it turned out that the 20% of the population contained 80% of the wealth there. So this law has been applied in many different areas. And here I would ask you how to apply it in your business. I would ask you to look at look at last year's business in terms of revenue generated and see which services did you generate the most amount of revenue from. I would highly say that your 80% of your revenue came from 20% of your services, right? So like this, you need to see what area do you want to focus on. And if you can hear me, let me know. Here is my mic. So look at what are the top activities, the 20% of activities that you need to do in your business that will give you the 80% result. We're too often trying to do everything and even things that result that we need. So what is that 20% of activities that you need to do in your business that will bring about the 80% of the result? And out of the 20% of activities, as a CEO of your business, what are the things that you need to do? And what are the things that can be delegated to your team? And if you don't have a team yet, you might want to look into what are the things that can be delegated and hire a VA for a couple of hours a week. So I guarantee a big difference in your business. 20% of activities will give you the 80% of the result. And look at progress, right? Look at progress every single day. We get upset about we didn't achieve what we wanted to. I didn't get these speaking activities. You need to see what is your incremental progress, right? You want to chunk down your bigger goals into smaller monthly, weekly, hourly goals and intentionally focus. Your progress could be even in the way you're thinking. Your mindset has changed. Last year, I spent a lot of time on my mindset and languaging. It makes a big difference. And when you look at those increments you are making, like you're thinking more positively, it's coming more naturally. You don't have those negative self-talks as much or at all like it used to. These are progress that only you can see and feel, but it's going to make a huge difference in your business. And it's time to level up. So this year, think about what are the areas that you really need to level up. You need to be honest with yourself, because if you're not honest with yourself, nothing is going to move. Nothing is going to move. So what are the areas that you need to read in? And identify one of those areas. One of the mistakes we make, and I've been guilty of this, is that we try to level up in all areas. Take one area that you think is going to give you the maximum result in life and level up in that. Hold yourself accountable and support yourself in a community that will hold you accountable as well. And this is how I get to support you. You're in this group. If you're not, you can join Shine Your Brilliance group. And this is where within this community, you'll get the support, you'll get the encouragement, and you get the reminders on the activities that you need to do to really build yourself up. Don't let another year go by where it's like where you say, I wish there was, I let another year go by my goals. Book writing is one of the main things that everyone has on their list, or majority of the people have on their list, wish list, that I wish I could write a book, or I really want to write a book. They don't know, but I don't know how, or they just are afraid and it doesn't get done. As an becoming a best-selling author or having a book really raises your credibility. So if that is something that you want to do, add it to your toolkit, your entrepreneur toolkit this year. I would love to support you in that. It doesn't take long a book. This is one of the myths that I'm taking on this year to say it does not take long to write a good quality book. So join me again tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about health, because this is one of the areas that is so critical. If you don't have your health, health is your biggest wealth. It's a saying, it's a cliche, whatever it is, but it is true. So I hope this supported you today. Really harness the energy of that excitement, of that hope, of the entire world, and start making those small shifts that you need to. You don't have to recreate your business plan. Take last year's business plan and just tweak the areas that you need to. Focus on what went really well and do that again this year. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, same time, same place. Have an amazing day.